All right, guys, so welcome to my second crypto analysis. Today is Friday, the 22nd of September 2017. Time is 14:05 here in the UK. Now, one thing I've realized right off the bat with crypto trading is that I probably need to do analysis a little bit more often. I was thinking doing a Monday analysis would be enough, but that's already proven to be wrong because we had a really cool few trades on crypto and on cryptocurrencies. And had I done analysis on Tuesday, Wednesday, I could have shared those trades with you guys on YouTube, etc. So in my last analysis on Monday, I talked about a potential short coming up on Ethereum. I said that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some indecision forming up here at this resistance area, and then we'd get a turnaround. And of course, because I'm amazing and I'm always right, I'm kidding. I was wrong with one thing on Bitcoin, but I was right on Ethereum. So it's not like this was an amazing call. This is just basic price action. Anyone can do this. Anyone can see this. The crazy thing about cryptocurrencies at the moment is there's no one that's really out there providing proper analysis. All this week, pretty much all I've been reading about up until maybe Wednesday is the amazing recovery that we're seeing on Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. But that whole time, I was looking at the charts thinking, hey, this is hitting resistance and installing at resistance. And when price hits resistance, this is our resistance area. Bam, right there. When price hits resistance and it stalls, that's usually a sign that it's going to turn around, either temporarily or it's going to turn around and start a whole downtrend. And that's possibly what we're seeing in Ethereum right now. We're seeing just a short trend, a bearish trend, a downtrend. I'm trying to simplify some terms here because a lot of the people who are trading cryptocurrencies might not be familiar with Forex terms. So I'm trying to simplify a few things. But basically, what's happened here is price has hit this resistance area, and if we go down to like one of the small time frames, we can see that we started getting indecision up in this area, and then of course it turned around. So this was all pretty easy to see with even some basic price action knowledge, and that's the cool thing about cryptocurrencies is that the price action is so obvious and so easy to trade. Because it's completely driven by people, that is just kind of awesome. So anyway, Ethereum, what's happening with it right now? Just to summarize, we got this push up into this strong resistance area. It stalled on this resistance area and it turned around. You can clearly see it on the smaller time frames what that looked like. So this is a 6-hour time frame right now. Price pushed up, stalled at this resistance area. It kept trying to push through it, but it just couldn't really get through it. Stalled, and now it's turning around and pushing down. So what does this mean for Ethereum USD overall? Well, we're starting to get what looks like a possible downtrend forming. Now, this might not last. It's the start of a potential downtrend. So this would be the trend I'm talking about, this bearish trend here. So over the coming week with Ethereum USD, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it and seeing what happens when it approaches this kind of downtrend line here. Now, I'm not a big fan of trend lines. I really don't use them that much. But I have found that in cryptocurrencies, they seem to work sort of well. So this is just going to give us a bit of an idea of the trend, but it's not something I'm going to rely on for actually taking trades. This is just going to give me an idea of what's going on. So right now we're looking at a potential downtrend. So push down, come back up, but now it could do something like that. But it could also, as always with trading, long term, no one really knows what's going to happen. A lot of people like to pretend they do, but no one really knows. What I like to say is that I don't know what's going to happen. I just like to take trades when it does happen. So I don't know, or I don't even care what's going to happen. I just take trades when it does happen. So if this continues to push down and it gets below here, or possibly even below here, this recent dip down, that could provide us with a nice short opportunity. But more likely than not, what we're going to see is price hitting this support area at the 22.30 or possibly even lower, because this is a very big support area. It kind of like extends all the way down, kind of like that. So more likely than not, what we're going to see is price heading down into this. If it heads down to the support area, we're going to see it stall here for quite some time and potentially turn around. If it gets through this support area and it breaks much lower, then we could see Ethereum dropping a fair bit lower, possibly to this next support area at around about 150. So just to summarize, because I've said a lot of things, it looks to be trending down right now. It's trending down towards a strong support area. If it gets stuck in this support area, that might give us some long opportunities. We have to see what happens when it gets down here. We need to see what happens. That might give us some nice long opportunities like it did over here. Or if it gets through this area, if it manages to break through, then I'd be looking for some long opportunities, some buy opportunities further down at the... Just going to make this chat window a bit smaller so we can see the numbers of the chart. So I'll be looking for buy opportunities down here around about the 150. This is the next support area. So Ethereum's looking pretty decent. If you're short, then probably hold it. If you're long, then I would possibly start to rethink that position for now. I think good buying opportunities will probably present themselves down here at the 214 or 215. Let's check out some Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin is where I was wrong with my last analysis. When I looked at it, I was thinking that Bitcoin had broken above resistance, Bitcoin USD. So I had my resistance a tad lower, and it had looked like it had broken above resistance. So I thought it had a good chance that it was going to start pushing up, but it didn't. It actually turned around and started going back down. The resistance I had was probably a tad low, to be honest. But regardless, had I kept doing analysis throughout Wednesday, we could have probably entered a short trade here too, because it started becoming clearer and clearer as we got on through the week that, much like Ethereum, Bitcoin was stuck in this resistance area through here. So that's another cool thing about cryptocurrencies. It seems like they give you a lot of time to make your trading decisions. You don't get these kind of snap movements unless they're in reaction to news. You generally have a lot of time to see what's coming and make your trading decisions. So this kind of started getting obvious towards Wednesday, Thursday, that a short was coming up. Towards Wednesday. So long term for Bitcoin, not long term, but over the coming week, what we're seeing is very similar to Ethereum USD. We're just seeing this kind of the telltale signs of a short trend forming, of a downtrend forming. We're seeing these signs of a downtrend here. So what I'm thinking right now with Bitcoin USD is that it's potentially heading down. Some good buy opportunities would be again down here where we got some good buy opportunities last time at the 29.20. So if it sinks back down here to 29.20 and it sticks here, we get some obvious signs that price is stalling here. It could present us with a nice long opportunity. If it doesn't stall here and it continues to push back down, some good buy opportunities would be at the 19.20. So we're going to keep a close eye on this and just see how it plays out. Let's move on to Ripple real quick. I'm not really actively trading Ripple. I'm just watching it at the moment. To be honest, Ripple USD is just a bit too messy for me right now, which makes it kind of tough, really, to get any decent trades. But Ripple is headed back down to its own support area at the 0.15 40 or 35 roughly. So around here where you see my line. It's heading down to this support area, and as with the other currencies, this support area might present us with some good buy opportunities. It has done so plenty of times. It's been bouncing from this one for quite some time now. So let's see what happens when it drops back into this support area. I'll be looking for potential long trades at the 0.1530. Litecoin USD, what's going on with Litecoin USD? Litecoin USD has continued its downtrend. So again, another pair that's trending down. Looks like cryptocurrency across the board are trending down. This one's a pretty steep downtrend. It has, I'm going to remove that trend line. I don't really like that trend line. So what happened with this one? Bam, broke through our support area, came back up, tested what was support and has now become resistance, and is now heading back down as kind of a continuation. Much like the other currencies, I'm looking at the 35.50 support area for a potential long trade. So I'm going to keep an eye on this and see what happens when and if it sinks down to this area. Dash USD, this one's just pretty messy to be completely honest. It's one of the tough ones to trade. Pretty messy, kind of all over the place. So this one, much like Ripple, is something I'm just looking at right now, monitoring, but not exactly trading. All right, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Ethereum Bitcoin is pretty much sticking to this this trend line, and it's just getting deeper and deeper into this wedge. So this is stuck between this downtrend that we're seeing right now. So this short trend, it's bouncing up against this one, but it's also bouncing against this support area. So what's going to happen here? A few things can happen. It can move down, can break and start going up, or it can just range. So I know this doesn't sound very helpful when someone doing analysis says it could do this, it could go up, it could go down, or it could just range. But that's the reality of trading. We don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but as traders, we just trade when it does happen. So if it starts heading up, it's going to give us some pretty decent opportunities as it pushes higher. Preferably, if it starts heading down, it's going to give us some nice opportunities. And if it keeps ranging, yeah, that's probably not going to give us much. But for us, our job is to just watch it and see what happens. Our LTC Bitcoin, this one has not really given us many trading opportunities, unless you want to dip down to like the 4-hour chart. There was an obvious continuation short there, but yeah, I mean, it's not that great a trade setup. It just looks like it's trending down at the moment. So this is just one to keep an eye on, and we'll just see how it plays out. But there's nothing much happening with this one. So to summarize, Ethereum USD trending down, heading towards support. I'm looking to buy around about the 214.90. If it shows a lot of if sellers, so if the bears show a lot of strength when it pushes down to here, so if they show that they're breaking through here, specifically if they make a new low beyond here, which is at the 201.35, then I'm going to wait to buy until it hits the 150. The 150 is a pretty solid support area. BTC USD, I'm looking to buy it around about the 29.20, but again, if the sellers are very strong and they just like push straight through here, especially if they make a new low beyond this most recent low, which was at the 29.85, then I'll be waiting until the 19.24 to buy. So all we're really doing with these is we're watching and trying to assess the strength of sellers when they push down into the support area to see if we get good buy opportunities. Does anyone have any questions, or is that all pretty clear, guys? Oh, Annalise brings up a good point. Alrighty. Bitcoin USD. Wouldn't it be a good time to do a continuation trade? If it breaks through the support area, yeah, that's possible. I just don't really want to give too many scenarios because, you know, with trading, a lot of different things can happen. And like I was saying towards the start of this analysis, I don't like to make a lot of predictions. I just like to trade when it happens. So it's very possible that it's going to break below here, come back up to here and give us a really nice continuation setup. But if and when that happens, I'll put out an analysis video and I'll say, hey guys, I'm going to go short on Bitcoin USD because we have a nice continuation setup. Because if I start going through like all the scenarios that can happen, it's just going to, this video is just going to go on forever. And I'm going to be like, okay, if it comes down to here and then goes up to here, that's going to present us with a nice continuation trade. So I'll go short there. If it goes down to here, comes up and goes here, then I might short. Like there's so many different scenarios that I just don't find it useful in an analysis to kind of point out everything that can happen. I'm just looking at the most likely thing right now, which is looking like it's trending down. That looks like the most likely thing. And I'm putting out a few possible things we can do in that case. But I'm probably going to do some more analysis on Wednesday as we see how things shape up. And then, you know, we might actually have some trade opportunities right around then. Right now, we don't really have trade opportunities. The trade opportunity was the short up here, which was great. Especially on Ethereum, it was even better. The short trade was awesome, actually. But other than that, there's right now it's just in a period where it's trending and we can't really get any trades. Any other questions, guys? Sanjit, that's a good question. I don't really have a preferred one at the moment. I'm trying out a few different ones, but it seems like crypto trading is quite a new thing. I mean, some people might call me out on that, but when I say trading, I mean trading in the sense of forex trading, leveraged trading, what we do. So that kind of trading is pretty new in the cryptocurrency world. So when we're looking for charts and for our data, it seems like we need to get it from a lot of different sources. So I use a few different ones. If you keep an eye on the top left of my chart, it'll say the exchange the data is coming from. So this one is Coinbase. But if you look at my Ethereum one, it's Kraken. If you look at my Ripple one, it's Bitrex or BitTrex. If you look at my Litecoin one, Kraken, BitTrex. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. And BitTrex again. So I don't really have a preferred one right now. I would love to just use the same for everything, but it's not possible. Because, for example, Kraken doesn't seem to have all of them. And then you'll find some that have really good data for certain pairs, but then for other pairs, their data started like just 6 months ago. So you don't get that data that's back all the way back here, like we're seeing with ETHUSD. So yeah, it's there's no preferred one. I think it's all just too new at the moment. Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.